Thanks for joining us today on Envision. I'm Deanne Conrad, talking about the district demographics with our superintendent, Dr. Brian Maher. This time every year we put together a report that's sort of a compilation of many reports, data that has been reported to the school board, and in this time we put it all together and sort of give a snapshot of what the Sioux Falls School District looks like. And so there's some great information in there, including enrollment, including diversity, including our special education population, free and reduced lunch meals. What can you tell the public about our school district?
Well, first of all, I love this time of year because I love to see what the data tells us.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that our school district is doing, and it also gives me a snapshot of our community, really. So, when I think, first of all, big picture diversity, we're becoming more and more diverse every year, and that's not just hyperbole. We truly are. If you look at it over a generation, we've gone from about 4% students of color to almost 40% students of color today.
Right.
Also, if you look at the diversity we have from a race perspective, we have middle schools that are more diverse than our high schools, and elementary schools that are more diverse than our middle schools. So we have a growing change in the diversity in the school district. So that's the first thing that jumps to my mind. The second thing that jumps to my mind when I think about diversity is socioeconomic diversity, because we certainly have that in our community and in our school system as well. From a free and reduced price lunch perspective, our elementary schools are nearly 50% free and reduced price lunch. Not quite, but nearly. Our middle schools have a little lower rate, and our high schools have an even lower rate. And so we always try to figure out, how do our families improve their wealth as their students get older? And there might be some reasons for that, but at our elementary level, about half of our students are in free and reduced price lunch. And then the next piece that I love to look at every year is our students with disabilities, students on an IEP, known largely in our community as our special education population.
Right.
What does that look like? And about 15% of our 24,000 plus students are on an IEP. And for those watching, you might say, well, what is that number? And I forget it exactly. I think it's just under 4,000 students.
3,720 K through 12. If you add the birth through kindergarten, then all the way up to 21, then we're at 4,095.
Yeah.
So right about at that 3,700, 4,000
So
mark.
when we think about that, 3,700 students receiving their education while on an IEP in the Sioux Falls School District, I think for us it's a remarkable challenge, a remarkable responsibility, and a remarkable opportunity for us to really educate and help students become tremendous citizens in our community. Just for context, if those students made up their own school district, I believe they would be the sixth largest school district in the state of South Dakota. So they would be a they would have a AA football team. Just to think about how big of a population that is that we're serving in our special education arena here in the Sioux Falls School District.
And it really does give a snapshot about how we work with individual children and really address individual needs, whether those needs are free and reduced lunch or whether those needs are special education opportunities for learning. There has to be a different playbook for each child because each child comes from a different set of circumstances.
When you think of your socioeconomic status, you think of the language, either the language skills that you have or the language spoken in your home.
Right.
You think about the students that we serve with disabilities, and there's just a wide scope there of students that we serve. What a great profession we're in to be able to have that opportunity to serve all of those students.
And touch the lives of 24,196 students during the 2019-20 school year.
My wife and I were driving as we were heading back to Nebraska for a function, and we were going through Norfolk, Nebraska. And in Nebraska, they have the population size
Sure.
on the edge of the community there. And at Norfolk, it was 20-some thousand, you know, by Nebraska standards or South Dakota standards, a fairly large
That's a
community.
decent size.
And my wife said, my gosh, you have more kids than Norfolk has.
Citizens, people,
So
yeah.
I never thought of it quite
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
we do. We have and so when you think about the number of students we serve, it's not surprising that there would be a wide range of abilities and disabilities and socioeconomic status and cultures that we
Right.
serve.
Right. Well, we're happy to do it. Thanks for joining us today on Envision.